Good evening, students. Today I will continue with the Kirchhoff's second law, which is also known as loop law. Okay. So this law is also known as loop law. Okay. Okay. Second thing, what is the statement of this law? It states that in a closed loop, algebraic sum of EMFs is equal to the algebraic sum of product of resistance and respective current flowing through them. So what is the statement? It states that in a closed loop, algebraic sum of EMFs is equal to the algebraic sum of product of resistance and respective currents flowing through them. Okay. So, if I consider a simple circuit whose EMF suppose E1 and E2 and resistance is R1 and R2, suppose like this. Like this. So suppose this is R1, this is R2, this is E1, this is E2. Okay. Make it like this. This is positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay. And here is a connection. So through this circuit, through this loop, suppose the current is going like this, I1. And through this, the current is looping like I2. Okay. So according to this theorem, according to this statement, closed loop. So it is a closed loop. It is one closed loop. It is another closed loop, right? Algebraic sum of EMFs is equal to algebraic sum of EMF. So that is E1 plus E2 will be equal to the algebraic sum of the product of resistance and respective currents flowing through them. So this is I1 R1, product of resistance and current, plus I2 R2. In general format, equals to summation of I Ri. Okay. So this is the in general format of Kirchhoff's second law, or it may be also known as KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay. Clear? So how you can go, or how you can further proceed for this Kirchhoff's law for solving the numericals? First thing is that choose the loop to apply Kirchhoff's law. So the steps to use KVL. First step is that, what will be the first step? Choose the loop to apply KVL. KVL. Second point is that assume any direction. positive, EMF is positive if assumed direction leaving positive terminal of the battery. Fourth point. IR is positive, that is product of current and resistance, if current is in the assumed direction. Okay. Now, please, I will take an example, and after that I will explain these steps. Okay. So, take this thing. Like this. Take it as E1, R1, R2, E2, R3. Okay. Now, as it is positive, I am considering this is the loop of current I1. So, this is positive, negative, positive, negative. So, let us consider this is I1. So, the current is going through like this. Okay. So, this will be I1 as well as through this I1. This will be I1 as well. Okay. Now, for this, as this is positive, so considering I2 current in this direction. Okay. I2 will be in this direction. So, from here, I2 will come here. And named it like this: A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is my assumption. This is positive to negative. So this is I1 and this is I2. Okay. Now consider the loop A, B, C, D, E, F using these assumptions. So for this, E2 will be, for considering E2, first I am taking E2. For E2, what it will be? The I2 is coming to this direction. So, it will be positive. So, I2, R3. Look, IR is positive if current in the assumed direction. I have assumed the current in this direction. And so, this is considered as positive. I2, R3 will be positive. Clear? Plus I2 R3. Sorry, I3 R2. And sorry, this consider this as I3. Okay. Consider another current, that is I3. Okay. So this will be I3 R2 in this loop. I3 R2 plus I3 R2. Whatever the assumption of this current, the current is so IR will be positive. Clear? This is the equation. Next, considering F, C, D, E, F. So, F, C, D, E, F. This loop. F, C, D, E, F. In this loop. In the upper loop. So, E1 that should be equal to I1 R2. From here I1 R2 is going on. So I1 R2 plus I1 R1. So this is I3 R2. Through this I3 is going on. So I3 R2, I1 R1. Okay. Now considering closed loop A, B, D, E, A. A, B, D, E, A. Total. All total. Okay. So first I have considered this. So this is for loop A, B, C, F, A. Next for E2 for loop F, C, D, E, F. Next one for loop A, B, D, E, A. Okay. So there E1 plus E2 total will be, look, whatever the direction of E1, it is in the opposite direction. I have considered current in this direction, in this direction, in this direction. So here it is in the opposite direction. So it will be minus I1 R1, and for this I2 is in this direction and R3 is also I2 is in this direction or the assumed direction. So it will be plus I2 R3. Clear? Okay. So like this I will consider the whole process. Okay. So next I am taking another example and solve it. So let us take this example. Okay. So this is the circuit A, B, C, D, E. I have drawn this. First I have seen what I have done. Each branch of the network is assigned an unknown current to be determined by the application of Kirchhoff's law. Okay. To reduce the number of unknowns to the outset, the first rule of Kirchhoff's issued at every junction to assign the unknown current in each branch. Okay. So here I have assigned three unknown currents, that is I1, I2 and I3. Okay. So first I am applying in the closed loop of ADCA to this loop. Okay. From here current I have taken this as I1. So first 10 volt starting. Okay. Next, whatever the direction of this current, so I am taking it for I1 minus I2 plus 2. Here it is coming another current and the assumed current is in this direction. That's why I may consider the opposite thing as well. Plus minus I1, that is equal to 0. So here equal to 0. So 10 minus 2 and 3 minus 3 minus 4. So it will be minus 7 I1 plus 6 I2 plus 2 I3. That will be 0. One second. So it will be my first equation. Okay. Or can you write like this? 7I1 minus 6I2 minus 2I3. That will be 10. This will be my first equation. Okay. Next, for the closed loop BCD. So it is for loop A, C, D, A. Okay. Next one, for loop B, C, D, E, B. B, C, D, E, B for this loop. Okay. So here 5 minus 2 I2 plus I3, 2 I2 plus I3 minus I1 equals to 0. If you simplify it, you will get 2I1 minus 4I2 minus 4I3. That will be minus 5. This will be the second. And next is that for loop A, C, A, B, C, A. For this, what it will be? 10 minus 4I2 minus 2I2 plus I3 minus I1 equal to 0. So here you will, if you simplify it, you will get I1 plus 6I2 plus 2I3, that will be 10. So this is your 3. So now just taking any two equations. Suppose I am taking 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Okay. I am multiplying, taking 2 and 3 though. So for first 2 minus 3 into 2. Okay. This method of elimination I am applying. 2I1, 4I2 minus 4I3, that is equal to minus 5. 2I1 plus 6I2, sorry, 6 2 is 12. 4I3, that will be 20. Doing the minus, it will be, sorry, it will be also minus. I will be cancel out. So minus 16I2 minus 8I3 minus 25. So this is the first equation. Now taking 8 as common, 2I2 plus I3, that is equal to minus 25, cancel out. So 2I2 plus I3, that will be 25 by 8. So this is another fourth equation. Okay. Now what I will do, I will now from here I can find out I3 as minus 2I2. Now put the value at equation 1. Or in any another equation, if you just put the value, another equation will be formed. So from there, by method of eliminating and all that doing after calculation, what you will get? So you will get I1 equal to, that will be 2.5 ampere. I2 will be 5 by 8 ampere. And I3 will be 15 by 8 ampere. Okay. After solving this 3 equation, you will get, this will be your result. So in this way, you can apply KCL in any circuit to identify the currents through the resistors. Okay. So after that, what amount of voltage drop here it will be done? So you 4 into I2. So from there you will easily find out the voltage drop each and every resistance. Okay. So in the next video, I will continue with another problem of corresponding to this KVL and KCL topic. Okay. Thank you.